I'm your cult boyfriend talking about Jurassic World. Let's analyze it. Let's dig deep into this blockbuster behemoth, this blockbuster monster. This might be surprising to some. I like Jurassic World. I think it's good as fuck. I think it's a good movie. What I'd like to do is tell you how I view it. This is how I interact with Jurassic World. And maybe it will provide you with another kind of cool angle to approach this super fun, well made, well designed film from, like a cool new angle. Let's do it. There are two primary ways to analyze the Jurassic Park or Jurassic World films. The first and most popular, but also I feel the most self-defeating, is the evolution theme, the whole playing God kind of concept. I never thought that these films engaged with those ideas well at all. I never thought that Jurassic Park or Jurassic World or any of them really provided robust discussions or thoughts about that. That to me is just kind of barely serviceable, like intellectual trappings to the blockbuster, which like you should have within an efficient blockbuster, but I think it's mostly empty and it's not really fun for me to engage with. I don't really care about that. The other way is about consumerism, which I think is far more interesting and rewarding to engage with. And that's what I like to use with Jurassic World. Only I amplify that, I nuke the fuck out of it. I explode that idea because Jurassic World, unlike Jurassic Park, is also interacting directly with cinema itself, with its own filmic history. Jurassic Park has a lot to say about consumerism, a lot to say about corporatism. And I mean, it says them in a way that's very okay. Jurassic Park is a Spielberg film that I don't hate. I like to bully Spielberg, but Jurassic Park is okay. And I do really admire the statements it made about, consumerism and the corporate takeover of nature, of life. Jurassic World echoes the same kind of sentiments as the first, but we're able to enter a whole new universe of statements, of really cool thoughts, because Jurassic World is interacting with its own history. Jurassic World is interacting with Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park being a film that truly helped to solidify the blockbuster as something concrete, something real, not just a fluke, but something absolutely real that can be duplicated, that can be multiplied. So I believe that Jurassic World is talking about blockbusters a lot. Blockbuster filmmaking just came out in 2015. The 2010s was an era that was obsessed with soft reboots, with remakes, with requels, with franchises that never died, with resurrecting and reanimating dead IPs to make them live in perpetuity, just limp on, do the best that they can do. A large part of it as well was about selling millennials their childhood all over again, but charging them double, but truly exploiting their childhoods and also providing the actual children with recycled youths that aren't even theirs, that they can hardly associate with, that they can't necessarily engage with. So I think Jurassic World is completely engaging with the 2010s blockbuster climate. The whole premise is that Hammond's dream of Jurassic Park was reopened as Jurassic World, and it's bigger, it's better, it's got more teeth, and the people who have made the park are seemingly careless about it. And a very important figure to pay attention to is Vincent D'Onofrio's character, because then we can realize how blockbusters have been militarized, co-opted by the army, by war itself. If you look at the investors of most of these blockbusters, they are indeed the armed forces, government intelligence. Blockbusters since the age of Jurassic Park have been co-opted by militarism. And it's sophisticated in the sense that Bryce Dallas Howard's character, Claire, says that this is what the target audience, this is what the people want. They want more teeth. They want something deadlier. They almost want near-death experiences. And there's a certain amount of responsibility that should come with blockbuster filmmaking, because blockbuster filmmaking, it's not exactly art. All right. It is a product. It is like a huge, broad thing. When you're trying to attract as many people as possible, that's when you should have the most responsibility possible as well. I think that Spielberg understands this almost certainly. Maybe Colin Trevorrow does as well. At least Jurassic World would lead me to assume that he does. Films are powerful. Beloved films are powerful. Films like Jurassic Park are kind of cultural milestones. They're touchstones of culture, not simply of one's youth, but of culture as we know it. Like it's been ingrained within the zeitgeist, within the lexicon. Blockbuster films can change people. Blockbuster films, if they can make one better, if they could give one hope, then the opposite must be true as well. If they can make someone healthy, they could also make someone unhealthy. They can make someone feel safe, then they could also make someone feel endangered. I think Jurassic World kind of shows just how careless the 2010s hyperfixation on bigger, crueler, more teeth. I think that it is a perfect examination of that hyperfixation and also of the kind of negative effects, sometimes harrowing ones, that it has had on not only the public, but on the people who made it. I like to view Owen, Chris Pratt's character, as kind of like the director, and Claire as the producer. Realizing that no matter how much you try to tame it or contain it, you can never control popular art. Popular art finds a way, finds an audience. Like, one would still believe in the art of film, or like hyper literally in these animals as living beings worth respecting. Like, the director believes that his film is something legitimate, something that could be profound, or at least something that is to be respected and treated with dignity. Whereas Claire, her arc is beautiful. I mean, she's the character who has an arc. Let's be real. Claire is the best character of Jurassic World. Not just saying that because Bryce Dallas Howard is my ultimate dream girl. I'm saying that because she has an arc. You know, she's truly our hero. She's our hero here because she starts off a bit careless, a bit focused on numbers and statistics, a bit cold, honestly, which is awesome, which is why I think she fits into this producer mold, and she becomes more compassionate near the end, and she realizes what truly matters. And of course, since Jurassic World is a very broad film made to have as much appeal as possible, within Jurassic World, that's family, that's wanting someone to love, that's curing her loneliness that she keeps bottled up. But still, I think that she is truly symbolic of a Hollywood film producer. And I think Jurassic World is really cool about doing this. And it's so awesome that it gets to interact with its own past, right? I think it's unique within the 2010s, within this world of endless reboots and remakes, because it is having a dialogue, having a conversation with the original Jurassic Park. It's showing the world just how bad cinema has got, or like how self-obsessed and careless cinema has become, by showing us that Jurassic World is like Jurassic Park, but on steroids, but on speed, but on meth. They make Indominus Rex, these abominations, because the people want to see it, because the funders want to see it, because the studio heads want to see it, because the public want to see that. That's what they want more than anything else. Abominations. And it's left to the soul of blockbuster filmmaking to save it from itself, being Blue, the Velociraptor, and the T-Rex, and Owen, who is, in his own way, very reminiscent of kind of Sam Neill's character from the first film. All that said, I believe that Jurassic World is disingenuous, but that shouldn't really take away from it. I don't think it's an incredibly sincere film, but I think it's an incredibly well-composed one. I think it's exciting. I think it hits all of its beats. I think it casts a wide net. And I think that, I think it goes fishing and it fucking catches a lot of fish. You know, I think it's fine. I think it's pretty good. You know, I'm not I don't like I said, I like Jurassic Park. I like the first one, but I don't hold it up as any like grand example of blockbuster filmmaking. I think I might like Jurassic World more because of this cool way that I'm trying to look at it with. I do think it's interacting directly with the state of blockbusters within the 2010s and just how careless things seem to have grown, not only within the creatives and with the money men and the military behind the films and the government behind the films, but also with the public, with what the public wants to see, because it's a two-way street here. I find that kind of deeply engrossing. And yeah, I like a lot of the sequences, and I'm in love with Bryce Dallas Howard, so that really works. I mean, her performance is very good too. I think Claire's an excellent character, really grounds the film. I think she's a far better hero than Chris Pratt's Owen was. Chris Pratt has always bothered me. I liked him in Parks and Rec. Perhaps I like him in straight up comedy roles where he is a bit of a clown. And that does greatly impact my enjoyment of the film. I don't think he's very likable or believable in these heroic, ultra masculine roles. I thought Claire was excellent. I thought she was a really cool character. I loved her heroism because it was attached to an arc. Because it was attached to character growth, because I don't know, maybe it echoes Owen saying maybe progress should lose for once. Like, he never progressed as a character, whereas Claire became truly, truly dynamic. She was a completely fleshed out heroine, and I loved her. Bryce Dallas Howard, love you to death. You are my wife. I wish, dude. Oh, man. No, I really do like Jurassic World. A lot of cool sequences. I love all the pterosaur stuff. I love the work with the velociraptors. It provides a lot of thrills for the audience, and it hits all those proper emotional beats so that the audience is invested within it. The truly interesting parts of the film, the components that are truly fun to interact with, come with how it's interacting with its own filmic history, meaning Jurassic Park 1 to 3, and also how it kind of tries to not only diagnose what's wrong with modern blockbuster filmmaking, but also course correct it. And the course correction part of the film is where I find it disingenuous, because at the end of the day, it is a film that is guilty of everything that I feel that it is accusing other blockbusters of being. It's guilty of the same exact things, but but it's just a film that's like acknowledging that, I guess, which makes it kind of disingenuous or insincere. But still, it does make it really interesting. And, you can't blame a tiger for being a tiger. You can't blame a Tyrannosaurus Rex for being hungry. Disingenuous or not, Jurassic World is, I think, an incredibly well-designed film that has a lot of really cool ideas and a lot of scathing criticisms of its own genre, of its own place within cinema. I think it's excellent. I think it's really fucking good. I think the best part about it is Bryce Dallas Howard. But I think, secondly, the film packs a punch when it comes to, I think, the more meta statements, the statements about itself, about the blockbuster. God, the 2010s were such a confusing time, or such an infuriating time for a lot of different people, not just like politically or socially, but cinematically, artistically. Art seemed to turn in on itself completely and like go to a place that postmodernism could never dream of. It became so self-referential that there was nothing left to reference. That's wild. But those are the kind of things that Jurassic World makes me think of. And I hope that I provided to you within this video with fun ways to interact with Jurassic World, because it's a big movie. I think a lot of people have seen it, and a lot of people they only interact with the surface of most films. But basically every film on the planet does have a deeper layer. And that's Jurassic World's deeper layer. You can go on about evolution and playing God and ethics of technology and science, but that to me is boring, because that to me is part of the surface of Jurassic World anyway. And whatever is on the surface is dealt with superficially. I think we have to go a little bit deeper. I think there's a lot to mine within Claire as an archetype, as a character, especially when Claire is interacting with the blockbuster, the producer, kind of interacting with the cause and effects of what she has produced. I think that that's really interesting. And of course, I think that the statements that it makes about blockbusters and how blockbusters have kind of turned on not only their makers, but on the public. I think those are fascinating statements. I think that Jurassic World has a very good idea of itself. I wouldn't call it a delusional film. I wouldn't call this one a self-important film. I think that Jurassic World understands exactly what it is because it's criticizing exactly what it has become. You know, and I think that that's kind of wonderful in its own, albeit disingenuous way. I think that there's quite a bit of unsung brilliance within this blockbuster. I think Jurassic World is very good. And yeah, I don't give a fuck. I think it is better than Jurassic Park. I think it has more important things to say. I've never been the biggest Spielberg fan anyway, so Colin Trevorrow, you won me over. I'm on your team right now. Now, Fallen Kingdom's a different story. Dominion? Fallen Kingdom and Dominion. Kinda yikesy. Okay, you know what? Actually, Fallen Kingdom is not that bad. Okay, Fallen Kingdom's good. Wait, don't go. Where are you going? I like Fallen Kingdom too.